Huzzah, huzzah.
Oh yeah.
There you go. So, yeah. So I mean, um, you get into camp, right? Um, I can re-explain like just because it's been about a week, just what is in this camp, roughly speaking. So, to start with for right now, the princess is clearly whisked away, I guess, to some place of safety to reunite with, the sheik and her son and all that kind of stuff. Um, you are given, you know, a nice area for whatchamacallit, uh, a nice tent, or a nice set of tents to hang in, right? Um, so you're given like a place near the Sheik inside of this compound up here to the northwest. But just to kind of re-give the lay of the land for a few minutes. Um, so yeah, this is obviously the Oasis area. Like I said, over here, right to the northwest, that's like the main camp area, and there is whatchamacallit. Let me kind of get this in more detail. Um, yeah, thanks. Sorry, just give me a second here. Yeah, no one knows what to do with. Yeah, there you go. But basically, uh, oh, that's not what I want. Sorry. Right along the perimeter, there is green and red cloth bands that are about a little over a foot wide, right? And they are suspended um, maybe a few inches from the sand, right? So you have, it's actually like a double band. There's like one green band and one red band. So the green band gives like a really distinct odor um, that's noticeable from like a short distance from it. Um, the red one gives off an odor as well, uh, but it's more like kerosene, whereas the other one is just more of a sharp biting odor. So, I mean, this is some sort of defensive perimeter to try and make sure that, yeah, you realize it's being patrolled and all that kind of stuff. So, the way in is basically this break that's up here to get into the main compound itself. Going the other way, there are guards, there's this barrier, you know, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so if somebody attacks, they torch the thing, and it sets up a ring of burning fire around the perimeter.
Yeah, basically.
Oh wow.
Basically, yes.
Cool.
So
I was
you also have, let me scroll up a little bit, sorry. You have obviously the oasis itself surrounded by palm trees. There is um, guards that stand around the area um, with drawn swords all the times. They are just making sure that whatever happens around the pool is on the up and up, and you can see that the guards, if someone wants to go and get water for their animals or whatever, that um, you got to pay the man, right? So um, if you want to use the refilling station, you got to pay. You got to pay the fee. Over to the north, right here, um, is the White Palm. So this is what the oasis is named after. This is the oasis of the White Palm. So it's basically a palm tree that is uh, white, right? Um, it has dates like a normal tree, so those kind of stand in contrast to it. But it is a symbol for the Sheik, and almost like a religious thing to them. It's something sacred to them, and that
It'd be a
tree is
shame.
under guard at all time. Something
It'd
happened
be
to
a
the
shame
tree.
if someone were to cut it down.
Yeah, that would be that. Yeah, that would be a bad thing.
Calling it now. There's something important buried under the tree.
um, you can see off in the distance there to the far northeast there is some sort of statue, but that's eh, zoop, a number of football fields away from where you're at, but you can see that off to the distance. Um, is there anything else I want to bring out? I guess over here and interlaced with the rest of the camp, um, there is over here, um, kind of a monolith that rises of out of the sands. Um, could be something part of something ancient or something. Don't know. Haven't checked it out yet. Um, there's also you can see there's some camp that got uh, burned out over here. And over here, this bigger tent is you find out is basically kind of like the guild area. That's the main tent for the travelers that come through here and either go off to do trade or head back down south to the town that you originally started at. But yeah, I mean, if there's anything that you guys want to check out or you know do before you get to meet with the Sheik, you can do that. You can rest. They'll give you refreshments. They take care of your animals. Um, you don't have to pay anything for that. You've got preferential treatment.
Sweet. Should we try to figure out more about why the princess was initially kidnapped? Should we try to ask around about that, maybe? Or do we already have like a pretty good idea?
It seems to me that the inscription on her hand is something that'll help to defeat the Ifrit.
Right. I'm blanking on if we were able to, like, I think it wasn't something we could directly translate, but it was like something we could kind of interpret more than translate.
Half of it's like the letters are chopped in half, top to bottom,
Right.
so we only have the bottom half of the letters. But I do have a as close to perfect as I could copy of the inscription in my notebook.
Sweet. I think it was her. If she gets married, the other person has the rest of the inscription. Is that what it is?
That's what I planned. Assume at this point, and I'm waiting to find out.
Sweet.
Since we haven't actually met the dude yet.
But I guess that will be the more official stuff. So this is almost like before we go to try and meet him. Hope potentially.
Yes. Yeah, you're going to meet him. Your name is on the. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Sarama's bringing me popcorn.
Oh, nice.
Like all of a sudden, I was starting to double hear my voice, and I'm like, "Huh? What? What's going on?" Sorry, lost train of thought. So yes, so you are going to meet with the Sheik in a little bit. If there is anything that you want to do beforehand, you can do that. And if you ask something else, I lost track of my question. Re-ask your question.
No, that's perfect. I think, yeah, on ours end, there's not too much, but if anyone else has anything, she could help them out with it.
The two pillars, I mean...
Yeah. Could check them out.
They're there for a reason, even if it's just, fluff, flavor.
Yeah. The one in the northeast as well, right?
Yeah, we'll get to that one later.
Yes.
This one's closest.
Good thinking.
There you go.
Yeah, this thing over by the little pieces of palm trees up at the top is the other pillar, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. I just wanted to double check because I was not zoomed out far enough to see you pointing over there. Cool.
All fair.
Yeah, let's check out this southern pillar.
Sure. So you're right over here. You see in the center of a number of palm trees, you have a monolith. The monolith is about 25 foot tall, 7 foot square, that rises out of the sand. So it's a pretty decent size structure. Um, there is some writing on the surface in the old alphabet. It is nearly obscured by time and weather, but there is something written there.
Can we try to do like that chalk press technique to see if we can get a
take
better
a rubbing.
imprint? Yeah, the rubbing. Thank you. I keep. Yeah.
You can do the rubbing, and since we are no longer going through the torture of having you guys translate these sayings, I'll say within a short period of time, you can translate this. So it comes and it says, oh, let me copy this. Think. It says, "This oasis, guarded by the white palm, belongs to all who enter. This we claim in the name of many gods."
Oh, so it's not even a the even though they're guarding the palm is really guarding them somehow. But we got to see how.
Yeah,
Told you,
sounds like a
there's something
neutral
buried.
zone.
Oh, is it like maybe there's like a some kind of magic that enchants it that acts as some kind of protective magic. So if you cut it down, it like destroys the protection.
I think it's something
Oh.
buried under it.
Oh, I hope we don't have to destroy their sacred relic. Oh no.
Oh no, never do that. You guys want to go check out the guild hall down there? Maybe there's some cool stuff we can trade or swap some of our treasures for.
Yeah, I'm also curious. How far under the ground this pillar goes? How much of the pillar is obscured?
Ooh. Yeah, would we be able to dig at it at all, or
I mean,
is
you
it
certainly
pretty deep?
can, and as you're digging around it, kind of checking it out,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you don't necessarily, you dig maybe. I mean, you only got so much time. So I mean, the short time that you kind of like move some sand around and so forth, um, you don't find the end of it. So you figure it must go pretty deep. I mean, it is in
Wow.
sand, right? So I mean, even if
Mm-hmm.
the size that it is, if it wasn't somehow pretty well, you know, secured, it's going to go plop. But
Mm-hmm.
The question
yeah,
is, though,
yeah,
are
go
there carvings down there below the surface?
ahead. Make an investigation check.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Okay.
Ooh, I can buff you too. If
We are
it's
helping,
needed.
so
Whoop.
the
If
help
it's
action.
needed, because
Yeah.
I have like a reaction
Yeah.
thing.
God dang
But
it. Dropping
Oh
the
yeah.
popcorn. There we go.
That was with no mods.
ooh, wait, was it?
That was
Oh
just a
yeah,
straight up skill check.
I thought it was investigation.
It is. That's what I rolled.
Yeah, it's investigation.
Nice.
I'll say with that, you got people
You need.
helping you, and you got another spin coming. That's fine. You got a decent enough score. So I'll say, yeah, as you go down, you might see some carvings and stuff. So your impression, especially yourself, being a dwarf and being all into carvings and structures and stone and that kind of thing. You certainly get a feeling that this goes pretty deep, that it could very well be some sort of structure that is buried beneath the sand.
I do have construction after all.
Yep. All right. I know Malenko wanted to check out the.
Yeah, I'm just trying not to I got pulling my mind out of the gutter after his comment.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. I'll have to get a drink here in a second. I don't know, I'm eating popcorn. So to the south there is, they're called the Sand Voyagers. So you see, this is kind of. I'm going to say, even though I have a tent here, it looks like that it can be taken down if it needed to be. It's been here for a while, right? So it's almost like, a permanent, like, ish structure, we'll call it, right? Kind of like MASH. I've been watching a lot of MASH lately, right? MASH is supposed to be mobile, but they always seem to be in the same spot all the time. So they've kind of made it their home. So it's kind of like this here. There's a structure here. I'll call it semi-permanent. There is there are two big doors
Sorry.
that stand together at the west end um, of the. We'll say this whole thing. Did I get the size right? I thought I tried. It's been a while since I did it. Yeah, it's not too far off. It's roughly, we'll say, 300 by 100 foot compound, right? You can see as well with this that there's defenses around this too. That it looks like, as you would expect, right? Because this is a trading guild. They have a lot of money coming and going. Um, so there is some defenses around it, and uh, people kind of watching out, right? Let me get to 1 second. I gotta flip to another spot to read the thing. That is uh, somewhere, please. Sorry, they didn't make these as intelligent as they do today with modules. So I'm trying to find the thing I gotta read. But basically, you get out as kind of like ab a bit. So what you kind of feel is like, non-visitors are, there's not like a visitor's place for this, right? If you're not part of the guild, they don't want you in here, right? So there's like a sign that says,
Ooh.
guild members only, right? And like I said, there's a perimeter, there's some spikes that are around the perimeter, there are people watching. So it is a fairly well guarded, area to make sure there's no shenanigans.
I think Anar would stride up confidently. So you said there's people guarding outside. Is there anyone we could like talk to and like announce ourselves?
Sure. There's a couple guards there. You can talk to them.
Yeah, Anar. That's funny. Yeah, Anar would go up. Very boldly stride forth and hello. We seek to see what's going on in the guild tent and learn of this town.
If you're not part of the guild, you don't need to know guild business. Sorry.
What's this guild about? What do you guys do? Like, do you get around the desert much? Because we get around the desert a lot. I can't get the sand out of all the places, if you know what I mean. That's how often we're out there.
The guard just kind of looks at you and he says, you know, um, we make sure that I mean, then you've seen certainly us our caravans out on the desert. We make sure that trade and the economy um, happens between you know various desert sites, right? So if it wasn't for us, there'd probably be no trade going on. So um, this area is quite restricted. We make there's obviously a lot of people who would like to end this trade, especially with that a freet around causing trouble. So
Yeah, fuck that guy. We're looking to get rid of him ourselves, but that's a story for another time. He's such a pain in our ass. But yeah, like that, you guys are doing a good job with all the trade and whatnot. Like, yeah, I just like you guys are out there a bunch. Like, have you seen all that messed up stuff going around? Like, do you guys got any word? Like, we just came back from dropping off the princess, and some of the things we saw were pretty messed up. Like, do you guys got any like, have you heard anything about any of that stuff? What's going on?
he just kind of looks around and he says, "Well, we heard there was a big battle between the Sheik's forces and the undead army of the Efreet to the south of us. Um, did not sound like it went well. But that's the
Oh,
Sheik's
well,
business more than it is ours."
I fail to see what any of your business is since you're a merchant and trading conglomerate. But I don't see a market anywhere, so what exactly are you doing here?
This is really the main way station that people have to go and, you know, get supplies before making the next leg of the journey. If you've traveled as you say you had, you know, there really hasn't too many places. There isn't any places between um, here and the towns to the south to get whatever supplies you need. Um, we
And yet I don't see a marketplace. And I don't know, it's just kind of fishy to me that there's a huge camp of people right over there, and you're a merchant. You claim to be a merchants group, but there's nowhere to buy your product anywhere in this location. Just kind of fishy to me, and I'll walk away.
Okay.
my uncle just shrugs and just be like, do you guys sell the stuff, or do you just like you're just the cargo shipment guys? Because we're looking for a bunch of supplies. We just got back, and I was just wondering if you got anything good in there that you'd like to trade. We just got through this big old nasty crypt killing a bunch of undead things, and I don't know, we might just got some treasure to unload. But like, if you guys aren't interested or anything,
If you go to the Oasis, there might be merchants there who are traveling between here. This is more of a way station more than anything else. I mean, we do try. There's some trade that happens between us and the Sheik for sure, right? But you know, this is not a big town. This is just the only spot to stop along the way to make the next leg of the journey.
and this is
Yeah.
just where your company stops to refuel and rest and all that jazz before you go and travel and with all your merchandise, right? Yeah, I think I get it.
So it's not a big town, and yet you're over here all by yourself in what you admit is troubled times. You're all over by yourself over here so that mutual defense can't be a thing. Yeah, oh well.
As long as they may give me a paycheck.
Seems like we're getting nowhere with these people.
Oh, they're just guards.
They're guards.
I'm just calling out the
Mm,
inefficiencies of their layout.
yes.
They claim to be merchants. There's no market. They claim these are troubled times, but they set their tents up so far away from anybody else that they could not come to each other's aid in case of any attacks. Yep, sus.
Malenko's gonna point to the burned out tent and be like, "What happened over there? Like, we're new in town, obviously, so like, I know, just trying to get get the feel for things.
Oh, that tent over there, that burned out area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, the people in that tent offended the sheik. It did not go well for them after that.
Oh, okay. So not a very forgiving guy, is he?
Most rulers are not very forgiving.
Well, he better know who he's dealing with in us. We just paid him a great favor.
They're like, I'm sure you will be rewarded well by the sheik.
As we should. And I will kind of nod proudly at everyone else.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, gentlemen. Guess we'll go wander about and check out the rest of the place. Like, oh, look, there's water. I wonder if I could go swimming. I sure need a bath, he says as he
You
walks
sure
away.
do.
For once, I do find myself agreeing with the clown. You do need a bath.
I think we all do. Yeah, we spent a little too much time in that tunnels with those undead. I think we all starting to smell like them. Especially Graham, he says as he like just kind of like leans in, points toward the dwarf.
Okay.
Maybe especially yourself. And Nara takes a step back as the clown leans in. Is there anything else we wanted to check out before we do head over there, though? Like
Maybe just
that.
check out the water source, and yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's
Then
fine.
we
By
can
the
go
Do we
time
want
you
to
talk.
look
do
at?
that, it'll probably be getting close to time to get yourself
Okay.
straightened up for your time with the sheik.
We should make a
Yeah.
note to check that other pillar later as well. Then, if we're
Yeah,
ready.
that's a good idea.
Yeah. We'll put a pin in it.
Yeah, let's leave these merchants who aren't merchants alone.
These quote unquote merchants.
I've yet to meet a merchant that won't drop everything he's doing for a chance to make a sale.
Fair enough. So you head over to the Oasis pool. So I would say that you see a number of tall palm trees that line um, the area of the pool. The pool has an irregular shape. The surface is fairly calm, um, and the water is crystal clear. Um, Maybe a little bit of a brownish look to it, just because of all the sand that is around the area gives it the reflection. But there's no doubt that the water. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. That the water is safe to drink. Right. There's 8 to 10 guards around the pool, kind of making sure everything is going okay. You see that you know, as you get close, you can see that anyone that even tries to get close to the pool is, approached by the guards who, takes a fee off of them. And you'll see like a sign somewhere that basically says it's a gold piece to refill like a water, like a jug or a flask or something like that, and 2 gold for a large jug, or if you want to water a horse, and 4 gold for watering a camel.
AKA no bathing. It's drinking water.
Yes, no swimming. There's no lifeguards.
Ah, damn. Um, hmm.
It is.
I have an idea for later. Later, I could send my familiar down there swimming around to see if there's like anything in the water.
Yeah, if you ever want to, like, bring the dude back, you can, right? Because you need
Hmm.
an hour ritual to unzap him. By the way, just for funsies, one of the beams that was going across that room was a disintegration beam, and that's what your guy hit.
Oh, really? It just he went into that one. Oh, that poor bastard.
Whoa! I'm glad we didn't go into that one.
So,
Yeah, no doubt.
Wow.
you only had 1 hit point, so there was no point in having you save. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
he
You
got
touch it, you're dead.
vaporized.
That was more
Yeah.
dramatic. That was fun.
Yeah, I was expecting some like big old monster or something, and just like.
Glad my shield didn't get into that one.
There you go.
Not like I used my shield. I think I've used it like 3 combats ever.
I want to go check out that pretty palm tree before we go talk to the chic dude person.
Yeah,
His royalness.
yeah, that's fine. It is a white palm tree. Um, it's bleached bark. Is in contrast to all the other normal colored trees that are in the area. Um, the dates, are in dark brown clusters, and they're pretty well hidden. The tree is very well taken care of, so it's really like extra lush compared to some of the other trees around it. You know, if
Ask the guards for, you know, the the story, but then also the rumors and the scuttlebutt on
Yeah.
what they know about this tree.
Why is it like
Because
this? So pretty.
for every official story, there's probably 2 or 3 rumors that are may or may not be accurate, but
that's fair. So there is a couple people who watch the tree. You pretty much hear that the guards tell you that um, this tree is pretty much a sacred symbol for really for everyone. Regardless of what god or gods you worship, or your beliefs, or whatever faction that you're part of. Um, Everyone pretty much regards this tree as a sacred object, right? So there is, yes, thank you, dear, yes. So the inside joke of that is that uh, throughout my 30 years being married to my lovely wife, my wife wants to constantly plant trees. I constantly want to chop them down. So
Uh.
that was a veiled comment there.
well, Smiley and I are in the Northwest. There's trees.
You got no choice. You're going to have something growing, whether you like it or not, where you guys are.
I have 3 I have 3 pine trees in my backyard.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I have trees. Don't get me wrong. We've slowly lost a few, but I have a whole line of trees along my one side of my property. At any rate, so yeah, this tree is definitely a sacred object. Um, One thing that the guards has happened to mention as well is that if um, if any date from this tree is planted near water, it will grow into a full size normal date palm within 7 days.
Oh wow.
So because of that, this oasis is never without shade. It's very easy for them to plant and keep up the area of the oasis from any issues.
Also allows for some big bonfires then.
Yeah, if you like
Never
one.
ending lumber.
turn this off. Boop, boop, boop. But why? Excuse me. I get a drink here in a second
Hey,
before I start yapping some more.
hey, clown.
Yeah. Yeah,
Can,
yeah.
can that familiar of yours turn into something? I don't know, maybe a snake or something like that that can burrow into the sand and maybe find out what's buried under the tree. Because that's my assumption.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna have to change his form up. But like, yeah, I could probably
Yeah.
come up with something.
Just a little thought to keep in the back of your mind for what passes for a mind of that head of yours.
Do, 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 do. What was that? No, I'm just
Exactly.
kidding. Yeah, I could definitely turn him into like a scorpion or something that burrows for sure.
Yeah, I just can't shake the feeling in my head that there's something underneath it that's causing it to turn white. Like
Yeah,
possibly maybe one of the missing gems that we're looking for.
see, it's magical. It does spring out new trees all the time. So who knows? We can check it out, but it'll take some time to get that little creature formed up again.
Yeah, either way, it's probably about time for us to go meet the man.
Yeah. So I'll say, unless you guys tell me differently, that you head back to the camp, get yourselves all, I don't know, spruced up, or whatever adventurers have for their party gear or their dress up gear. I don't know. And
Eh, it's all the same armor.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Inara does her hair in a crazy way.
I,
Sure.
I'll do mine. I'll do mine all crazy too, meaning I
Perfect.
put a little bit of water on it.
Fair enough. I was like, we should match hairstyles, but I'll just also put a little water.
So I'll say you're invited for like a lunch with the sheik and his advisors and guards, right? So you I have, let's see here, 1 second. Boop, 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 boop. So the sheik's tent is of course the largest tent in the camp. It is made of multicolored cloths that flutter in the desert breeze. It is easily 2 or 3 times larger than anyone else in the compound. Um, there are two large human figures with their arms folded, right? Stereotypical, tough-looking, Arab guy, I guess. And each wears you know, chain armor and carries a shield. They have the scimitars and all that kind of fun stuff, right? So, yep. As you are escorted into the tent, there's like a seating area, and I'll say there's like a common table that uh, it ever had something like this before, like where I have belly dancers and stuff, right? They have like a common table, and there's like a bunch of food on it, and there's different places to sit. I guess I'm also thinking of um, what the second doesn't matter. You get the idea. Um, so you're set along this table with food and so forth, with the sheik at the head of the table, a couple guards behind him, and the sheik gets his food brought to him. Right, he's not eating from the same food that everyone else is, but he gets his stuff brought to him
It's got to be
because
poison checked.
that's right, and he's got to be the dude as well, right? Um, as you come in, you see like there's silk pillows to sit on and mats, and there's rugs, and you know this area itself is we'll say roughly 30 by 40. But as you look, there is other areas to this tent that is you know closed off, but you know clearly with the size of this room and the size of this tent, it doesn't match, right? So there's at least, you would figure, you know 5 or so rooms, rooms being in air quotes, you know separated by you know cloth. It's not like it's not a wall, right? It's just decorated cloth uh that's between each one of them, and you can see their different colors. You can see as you come in, you see what are clearly either slaves or some sort of servants to the sheik that come out of this one area to the to your right. So you kind of figure, that's where they hang or do their thing. Um, you're not certain what the other sections are, but yeah. So you're sat down, and the sheik comes out with all his folks, and let me just get to the spot here. Because you people do not go in order, I have to like ad-lib this a little bit. So the sheik says, I am most happy to welcome you to our humble oasis home and wish you all the health and happiness during your stay among us. You adventurers have um, brought back what has been lost to us, and which brought us, you know, uh, great sadness until you returned the princess to us. And you'll see, like, to his right, there's the prince, there's the prince's son, and the princess is behind him, right? You see that the sheik and the sheik's son have a um, a necklace on that matches, that's pretty big and ornate, that you gather marks their the symbol of their office, right? um you know the sheik continues. He says, you know while many among my people enjoy great health and happiness, there are those who, I am told, wish to harm me and my sons. um the discontented are always among us, and they have never dared to act before now. It was 7 suns ago that Shadiah, our betrothed to my son, um, one second. Um, One second. I'm sorry. I gotta skip some things. You guys went out of order in this module, so I'm trying to change this backstory just slightly, or at least the speech slightly.
Yay for cross country.
Yeah, you cross country to me. What can I tell you? So it was 7 suns ago when Shadiah was chosen to be, the to be married to my son, as the symbol, the sacred symbol appeared on her hand to mark her as worthy of that honor. And we started a 3-day feast to celebrate this event. And yet, word came out during the feast um, by a runner saying that an army was needed to fight an evil Afrit. Warriors from our camp departed at once, and that following night, the princess disappeared. Marks in the sand outside her tent told of a struggle, and the trail ended just north of our camp. We feel that the Efreet took advantage of our troops being away, and to take that moment to steal her away.
Nah, he created that moment.
Our warriors have struggled to hold the evil one and his army at bay. They have kept us safe until now, but their absence has weakened my position here and made my enemies bold. I am advised that my enemies are here in camp, whoever they might be. You have recovered the princess for us, so that already is a great step in finding out and bringing us, I guess, to a safer place, right? And my second son, Chorus, he is not here right now, but he will aid you if you wish to try and find out who are the others in this camp who are, plotting my downfall and the downfall of this whole area to the Afreet.
The Afreet's the one that's going to downfall. We're going to kick his little ass.
May a new guide your hand and make your words become true.
We already made him run from us once.
And he barely got away. We'll get him next time.
And yes, in a sort of pseudo, almost interrupting him is exactly how I would probably speak.
Okay.
Inara is like right there with the same energy, trying to back him up.
All right, so enemies in camp. I would probably have those runners that came to tell you about, the runners that showed up and had your army go away to fight. I would have either them or their bosses might not be your friends because they drew your forces away so that somebody could slip in here and get her. That seems too coincidental to be an accident.
Do you have any? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Speak true. You might very well be right.
Do you have a lead for us to track down these people who called for your aid? Maybe it's best we try and investigate that matter further. See who your enemies are.
He's like, I honestly don't have a lead on who they might be. If I did, they would have been taken care of by now.
Well, this is going to be a hornet's nest. If we start poking, it could get interesting around here. Just giving you warning.
Fair enough.
Assuming he knows what hornet is.
Fantasy hornet.
I gotta do this. Hold on 1 second.
Here, it's a scorpion's nest. We start poking, it could get pointy.
Let me do this. Paste.
I'm at least giving him forewarning that we may end up smacking a bitch in his camp.
He doesn't seem to be worried about that.
I didn't figure he would, since he burnt someone alive just for disappointing him.
There you go. Boop. All right, cool. He also gives you this. He takes off the amulet for around his neck and hands it to your group and says, you know, this will mark you as my ambassadors to this area, right? So that, as you do your investigation, you shouldn't get any trouble from any of the guards or folks around here. They should hopefully be cooperative. And he gives you that.
Wait a minute. Is that the same inscription we've seen before? Or is that a different inscription?
Yeah, no, that's
Could be layered.
That's the other half of the inscription that's on her hand.
And we have a copy of that inscription, don't we?
Yeah, with cutouts. So you see those cutouts probably line up with the other half of the letter.
Okay, maybe we don't want to immediately say anything to this guy, but we'll take a look once we're out of sight.
Exactly.
Inara kind of like knowingly nods, but tries not to react too much to him giving us these badges, these amulets.
Okay.
Hey, so we tried to go down to the merchants down there. Turns out they don't have a market down there. Is there a market somewhere here?
There's an informal market. I mean, the traders come and go. They don't usually stay here too long. They'll come, they'll get their horses fed, and they move on, right? Or their camels or whatever. There's obviously some trade that happens, but our camp will move from time to time, so we take whatever, trade for whatever resources we need and go from there. Most of the trade goes to the cities.
Yeah, it just seems like, if they're here and you're here, there's got to be a market somewhere.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Usually the gathering places around the is near the oasis, where as people are filling up their camels, if deals are to be made, they are made. Otherwise, since we sometimes wander this land, we only trade for what we need.
By the way, all this isn't just idle. I actually have a need to purchase something.
Yeah, you can certainly talk about purchase something.
Because I'm making a change to my our infusions, and I need another item to put said trade into.
Yeah. Okay. We can certainly you can ask around afterwards and see what you can find. Okay. So let me scroll to where I'm supposed to scroll back to.
Basically, I just realized that I was doing something wrong, and the whole infusing fairy fire into my ring.
Okay.
You can't have multiple copies of the same infusion, but so I was thinking the imbue spell was the infusion. No, imbue fairy fire is the infusion. So I can have a second ring or necklace or something with a different spell infused into that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to get guiding bolt in a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
That way I have some offensive magic as well.
Okay. So it looks like group.
Mm-hmm.
Saf is in the house. So
yeah.
if you don't mind, since I I've been yapping about. I want to get myself a cup because I didn't bring myself a cup to get a drink. So give me like 5 minutes, and if you guys want to
Mhm.
clue in safe on where you've been so far, I'll let you do that. Just give me like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's see when he gets in game or in Foundry.
Mic off.
Okay. Ooh, we can monologue. We can monologue at him. Apparently, he can hear us right now. Um, so we went to the. Okay, so first we checked out. Essentially, we took a look around first, and uh, he just described some different areas. First, we took a look at this like southern pillar here, and found an inscription which is pasted in the chat above. This oasis guarded by the white palm belongs to all who enter. This we claim in the name of the many gods. And then after that, we went down to this to the tent, which is like a guild hall kind of tent, but they're
Sus.
very private and very suspicious. Yeah, they like say that they're just like a market, but no one's allowed inside to see what's going on. And they also there's like no evidence of any market going on, so we got to figure out what's going on there. Then we asked as well about this burnt out tent to the southeast, and that was the home of someone who disappointed this leader of the camp here, and was killed for it. And finally, we took a look at the oasis quickly, where it was pretty heavily guarded, and they were doling out kind of water to be paid for, and this white palm, which is that like thing referenced in the inscription. I don't know if there's any other stuff to kind of fill in with a little more details, but that was the broad strokes. And then we went. Now we're talking to the leader.
Mic on.
You talking about the tent? Yeah, that was. Yeah. I did SCA for a lot of years.
So his Thodor can't talk?
His mic is misbehaving. It sounds like.
Oh, okay. Because I don't see anything about his rights on Discord shouldn't be fudged up. Yeah, it shows that your mic is on mute, but you're doing it on your side. Like, just to let you know, Thodor. So if I right click on you, there's nothing holding you back on the Discord side that I see.
So yeah, I was just commenting about the tent because the icon for the tent down there, that is a very traditional double French bell tent. It much like the one I posted, only obviously much larger. But I've been in tents that they weren't quite 100 by 300 or whatever it was, but yeah, they definitely can get quite large. And I've also been in like the whole scene where we're talking about with feast hall with a dais at one end with the big chair on it. Um, double French bell, yeah. Well, that's why I posted a picture of what I was talking about. Anyways, yeah, and I was actually one of the drummers for that one, so I had a special seat right up by the fire with the belly dancers.
And I'll just say that as you're talking with the Sheik, um, you know, you don't get from him that he really has much of a clue who might be doing this or who might be against him potentially. Um, to a certain extent, you gather that um, he's only recently become somewhat convinced about this since the princess has been returned. That um, you know, talking to him and talking to what the Ifrit said to her during her time, you know, and from what you guys have said as well as this being some sort of possible distraction to pull his troops out, right? Just leads everyone to think that um, he's just coming around to the fact that something is potentially going on in camp. You also understand that he has 2 sons. They they are they are twins, and the oldest son, and I say it that way because he's only oldest by X amount of minutes, um, is Hassan, and the second son is oh, I told you his name, of course. And what becomes of the second son after the one who marries is set to take over? Yeah, like Horus with a K. Um, uh, I don't, he becomes second in line, I guess, until they have kids. But I guess he gets to live the Playboy life. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just checking for motivation for him to be behind it.
Okay.
Fair.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hey, there he is.
Yay! All
he's
right.
back.
Oh my God, my Apple Watch now wants to talk to me, and anyway, sorry. I'm here. So
Was here, and now he's not.
no, you hear me?
Yeah, you're back.
We hear you.
I really feel like I need to find a terrible desert saying for this. So I apologize to all of you, but I am now going to roll. Um, uh, and we will see what Safe has to say. 55. I love this system. The safings. My file is called safings.
Safings.
Safings, yes.
That's
As
funny.
in sayings of safe.
Sayings are safe. I got it. Yep.
All right, so we are on what is that, 34? Okay, I've got it. All right. No, I'm ready now. He's got a wise saying to interrupt and not help at all whenever the negotiation or whatever continues.
Okay.
You made me do it, by the way. You made me look up my own random comments to make. Mine's called Murphy's Laws of Combat.
I'm very pleased to induce you to follow me into bad behavior. That is what I look for. I'm a terrible influence. So sorry.
Unfortunately, the list I found is only 21, so I gotta look for the rest of the list because there's like over 200 of them.
Yeah, I realized that probably my character, you don't know Bart, but Bart is a wizard, a very well read wizard. And it's probably Bart that we have to blame for a safe because I wanted to quote from The Art of War. Uh, I wanted to have Bart quote from The Art of War from time to time, just because it's classic. And
It's a
anyway,
great book.
it's sort of how we got here. Yeah, it's
Remember,
yeah.
always remember, your weapon was made by the lowest bidder.
That is. Do you guys know about Ulfbert? Do you know about this?
Not offhand.
There's this, and it's an incredible story. But basically, the long and the short of it is that there's actually a recognizable brand, and I mean in the sense of Coca-Cola or Nike, of Viking swords that that has survived, 1,000 years to be recognizable. And it's not totally clear what was happening, but like basically, the long and the short of it is, whoever first put their name on a Viking sword was sourcing a particular kind of steel, crucible steel, to use in their swords. And consequently, if you had an Ulfbert sword, it meant that you could get into a sword fight with someone and probably cut their sword in half, with deleterious, shall we say, results for them. Because the steel was just superior. And then down the line a little bit in history, you find people making fake Ulfbert swords, and like Ulfbert swords that are a little later, that still have the name on them, and it looks like the brand, but was made by the lowest bidder with lower quality steel.
Oh.
This is this,
They had time to find out when when you're in a battle.
yeah,
When you're
it's
in a duel
it's
or
bad,
whatever.
right?
Friendly fire isn't.
Oh, oh yeah, no, that's good. That's good. No, it is not. It's definitely not.
Do you play Helldivers 2?
No, I do not.
That's one of the sayings that pops up at the bottom when you're going into combat.
And remember, tracers work both ways.
Oh, yeah, that's good to remember.
So do you have anything else for the king or anything else that Thodor that you want to be brought up on?
Um, uh, I mean, as a no, I think I'm okay. I mean, the good news about playing a moron is that I don't always have to act from a position of information. So I think I have what I need.
The one last thing we did miss is that you did miss, I believe, is we have been giving somewhat of a carte blanche to search for traders in the camp. And when I pointed out to the sheik here that could end up getting a little messy, he said he doesn't care.
Oh, yeah, no, Safe would be into that. I think I know what he would say. He would say, "When the moon rises, the sword remembers its true calling," and nod at the sheik.
He gets your gist and nods. I'll say also, Holmgrim, that since you brought up that you're looking to make trade as part of the conversation, he says the sheik also lets you know there is, I'll use the word tavern loosely, but there is, an area where people go and the equivalent thereof of like a tavern, where you can go and you might meet people there as well. Um, it's a bigger tent than most, right? And maybe it has some side tents where people can go if they want to rest. But if you're looking to meet people for trades, that might be a place as well.
Hey, a tavern doesn't have to have wooden walls.
There you go.
Well, actually, a couple of the taverns I've been to didn't have walls at all.
So do you have anything else for the Sheikh?
Should we push him harder on the guild, or just kind of let it?
Oh, I think that's a total red herring. They just annoyed Holgrim, so he's.
But should we try to be like, oh, like, why are they being so mean to us? Like, you should make them let us get in, or something like that.
No, I think I did. I think we did a good, decent enough job of planting some suspicion into his mind here. I mean, there's this gigantic merchants' presence at this oasis, but no, not even a temporarily established actual market. That seems kind of odd.
Okay. Yeah, I think then we're good to go.
But again, that's just mostly Horgrim venting his frustrations. They annoyed me, so I'm going to annoy them back.
That's fair. I
Mhm.
fully understand that. All right. You have a nice lunch, brunch kind of thing, and what do you want to do next?
First hot meal in ages. Now that we've had a hot meal, it's time to go find the bar.
I won't say no to that.
There you go.
Hey, do you know why dwarves drink so much?
Why is that?
It's how they remember.
How they remember.
There's actually, yeah, it's like it's a contemplation. There was a whole write up on it that that's because they live such long, not as long as elves, but they live decently long lives, and that's how they have their contemplation to remember people and places from their past.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wish I
usually
could find
remember
that write
less
up
when
again.
I'm drinking.
I was gonna
You're
say
not a dwarf.
By the way, the Bills have a 1-point lead over the Chiefs with about 3 minutes left in the third quarter. For those football fans here.
Woohoo! I have a lot of friends that are Bills fans, but I'm just glad we got the birds through today.
There you go. There you go.
Woohoo!
I don't even know who's winning the league right now.
I think it's just those 4 teams left, right?
That's
Or
it.
like,
This is for the Super Bowl, right? So it's
yeah,
the
this is like the
Eagles and the winner of this
semi-final.
game.
Oh, okay. So we're at the final playoff here.
Yep.
Well, it's good to see the Eagles. It's been a while for them.
Yeah, like 2 years, I think, or something.
No, it was 5 or so. 2017.
Wow,
They were
time flies.
They were in 2 years ago, but they lost to the Chiefs.
Right,
So
I was mixing those two up.
There
Yeah.
is a certain amount of people who want to play the Chiefs again, just to like get revenge. And don't bring up to Zarama anything about Andy Reid.
Oh boy.
She is not a fan of the ex-coach.
Oh boy.
As is so often the case.
Yep.
Ex-coach for a reason.
Yeah, he. I don't want to get too deep into football. I'm resisting.
Yeah. We're going to the tavern.
Yep.
I'm looking for. It doesn't have to be anything super fancy. Just either another ring or a necklace of some kind that I can put another enchantment on.
Sure. You guys, whoever's going gets to, again, the tavern. There is a halfling who is kind of tending bar and seems to be the owner. There's another halfling waitress going around and taking orders and so forth. And there is someone there like a minstrel playing songs and music and being the entertainment.
And Smiley can
Her.
blend
Seems like,
in. Smiley can blend in and gather intel.
There you go.
I could try, yeah. But this place looks a little busy, but it seems like you guys are a little short-staffed, eh?
Oh man.
Yeah. So you do your thing. Do your thing, Smiley. I ain't gonna tell you how to do your job.
Okay. Yeah, he will like go around and try to like converse with as many people and hear as many things as he can, and do his little performing tricks and stuff, and try to gather a crowd, and just talk to everyone and just be a goofball.
Okay.
And R's gonna pull out the bowl and do some background music here.
Well, there is a minstrel, so
Yeah, I was
no.
gonna say, are you having like a competition here or what?
I think maybe we're just jumping in like to boost them up, or to back like
Okay,
a background
okay.
beat.
Accompaniment.
Yes.
So you're letting him still be like the main guy, and you guys are you know, the clown is doing his tricks, and Honora, you're also um playing around as well. Okay, playing with your instrument.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know what you play,
Yeah.
so I don't. Whatever it is.
She's
Are
got like.
there
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry, are there any of those like guard looking dudes from the Merchants Guild, like the guild guys in the tavern right now?
Yeah, it could be. Let me see. I'll do a random to see who's here. 'Cause there's always random things you can do in 1E modules.
It has got to be, right?
That's right. Um, I'll say for right now, there's not someone there that you can easily tell is from the Merchants Guild. There are certainly merchants there that if Homegrim or anyone wants to talk to, but not necessarily the guards themselves.
They're in the Sheik's camp. There's no need for guards here unless the guards are off duty.
And can you guys give me performance checks, those who are performing?
Oh, that's the worst one ever.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
Let me get in here.
I see your
I don't-
rolling of ones and twos has not let you down.
Not at all.
Well, yeah, I'll take a 16. That's.
Mm,
Yeah, that's fine. Let me
Yeah.
roll something
Uh,
here.
he definitely wants to hear the rumors and the history about the Oasis here and the White Palm and all that other jazz. And what's going on in the outside world, like, if anyone's like refugees from somewhere or like any of the battles, just stories from what's been going on while we've been crystal hunting.
Or,
Okay.
people that are unhappy with the Sheik.
Yeah, all sorts of things like that, like who could want to take the crown from him and stuff.
So, so let's just start with. I'm going to say that, um, Anara and Malenko, like you guys, start to work with the minstrel, and at first, like the minstrel, kind of like um it takes him a bit to get with it. I think he's used to working alone and is not haven't worked with other accompaniments in a while. But then once you guys kind of get going and get a tune go, you guys really start doing well and entertaining the folks as he's going through his through his his uh his set, right? Um Homegrim, you're looking for someone as well, correct?
Yeah, I'm looking to see who's a seller.
Okay. And you're just
Like,
looking for what exactly? Uh,
like I said, it doesn't have to be cheap, just or it doesn't have to be super expensive, but just some kind of either a ring or a necklace that I can put another enchantment on.
is it like a minimum gold value or anything like that you need? I honestly don't know.
No, no, I mean, for my first one, I just literally used the signet ring out of the starter equipment list.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's no problem for you to um find someone who's willing to make a quick sale. Um how much you looking to spend on this?
Not too much. Just like I said, it doesn't have to be fancy. Just relatively durable, since we're adventurers after all.
Ah, but we have rings of all shapes and sizes, usually adventurers like yourself. You know, you want all kinds of expensive rings to help cast your spells and your abilities. You sure you don't one that's maybe a little bit more upscale? You know, you got to press all those other adventurers that you might run into that you
Do I
guys
look
are the
like
main people here.
Do I look like a guy who's out to impress anybody?
Ah, well, some impressed by looks and some by actions, right? So, or some just by what they wear.
I mean, if I had a forge handy, I could make my own, but I don't. So I'm looking to see what you got.
Okay, well, something here for, 10 gold or, something like this. It's a nice quality ring. It's not too expensive, not too cheap, but it will do for what you're saying.
I like how it's conveniently twice the price of the starter ring.
Oh, well, what, you want to haggle?
I don't know. Maybe there's a forge in the camp here I can borrow.
No, 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 no. How about 8 gold pieces? You know, you're robbing me here, but I'll give it to you for 8.
I'll hold out my hand with 6 coins in it.
Ah, you drive a hard bargain there, sir, but done. And he'll give you the ring and take the 6 gold.
All right. That's all I had in mind. And I'm just going to now figure out how to program it into my character sheet.
Fair enough.
Although it won't actually be there until because it takes an hour to cast the. Oh no, wait! I can do it as a bonus action. Ha!
So I'll say that getting back to we need lots more rope. Getting back to Honora and Malenko. You get to a point where you're done, you're set, because it's kind of hard to go quiz people while you're playing instruments and jumping about. So you get some time to after you're set to take a bit of a break, and now Malenko, you can go out and just try and talk to people. You can talk to the minstrel. You can talk to whoever's in here, right? The bartender, whatever floats your boat.
I'll leave Inara to talk with the other minstrel, and I'll go up to the bar and talk to the barkeep and everyone around there to see what kind of rumors and stuff have been coming about. Like, like how long you guys all been here? Like, you hear any interesting news from anything going on out there? Like, we kind of been like I don't know, in a deep dark hole for the last few days, so we have no clue what's going on.
Hmm. He says, he says, well, I appreciate that you helping to entertain my guests. It has really kept the ale flowing. So I do appreciate that. Um, you know, local rumors. I guess. I gotta say that the guild master of the Sand Voyagers, the guild to the south, um, has not been seen for many days. Um, though I though I've received parchments with his signature 2 days ago requesting good ale and wine. Um, as a little unusual, right? Because I usually see the head guild master, quite a bit in here, and him being absent for this long. I guess they're doing something. They're busy down there, right? But
Yeah, what's
just
up with the guild? They're pretty weird. They're like a selective group. They wouldn't even let us like in to say hi or apply or anything.
hmm. Yes, these are the strange times, and the guild has a lot on their hands, especially with this Efreet on the loose now, causing trouble. So I guess everyone is a little suspicious of everyone. Maybe that's why I haven't seen the guild master. Maybe they're hunkering down, um, down there for their own safety. Who knows? Um, I'm just trying to take a look here. I think that's it. But he's like, you never know. You might want to talk to my niece at some point. She's always kind of hobnobbing with people as well in her job. She might know more for you if you're looking for other information about.
Oh yeah, sure. Point me in her direction. Like I always like to keep my ear to the ground, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, fair enough. She's over there. She's waiting tables. Whenever she gets a free moment, you can talk to her. But I appreciate your entertainment. I'll. You didn't ask for anything, but I'll give you a free drink on the house for your entertainment with everyone else.
Oh, thank you. It was just fun to kind of stretch out those muscles again. It was a good change of pace from exploding mummies and stuff. So thank you. I'll drink this real good and just
Oh,
we'll probably
exploding
sit down and
mummies.
order some food. Oh yeah, lots of mummies. Yeah, don't get me started. It's filthy, nasty stuff.
Honora, anything that you want to go on about?
Yeah, I think talking to the musician, Inara might ask a bit more about that tree, that's outside. She also has a bit of that kind of religious background, as well as like a kind of disciple background, I think it was called. So she kind of just sidles up to the musician and kind of asks, "So, that was some excellent playing we just conducted, of course. I had some important business to ask you about, though, or really a curiosity of mine. I'm traveling to learn about other cultures and other religions, and this tree. Do you know much about it? Has it always been in this town, or what do you know about it?"
The white palm.
Yes.
Well, I do appreciate you. I think we really made some good coin here today with you and your friend helping out. I appreciate helping another minstrel like myself. Um, how the tree itself came to be, I don't think anyone knows. I think it's always been that way. But you know, um, there's a number of strange things around here. Like, you know, there were ruins underneath this sand, constructed by the Archmage Martek himself, as well
Oh.
as um, the ancient city of Phoenix is also nearby. He constructed, you know, both of those structures long ago. So yeah, we're in Arizona. Um, there's strange things under us. Who knows what that tree might be tapping into beneath our feet?
Very well. I suppose it will be a matter for us of trying to discover that. And you had mentioned that this was built on ancient ruins. Those pillars, we noticed them coming in. I do you think those might be part of the ruins?
Perhaps these
Interesting.
these ruins, these ruins. Excuse me, one second. Okay, new D&D rule: do not eat popcorn kernels when you're trying to talk. Okay.
Oh man.
He's like, these ruins were built by the Archmage Martek himself long ago. Both of these locations had a temple of Set that was built after Martek concluded his work. But even though they are temples to that, to the one who is not the true god Anu, Martek still used these ruins for whatever, or these cities, these ruins for whatever purpose he had in those ancient times.
All right. We're going to have to. Well, I'm very curious to see more, but at the end of the day, it was very nice playing with you.
Well, fair enough. If you're looking to find out more, because clearly your group is known around here for returning that princess. The city of Phoenix is located west by northwest of here. From the Palm, and the other city or structure is, like I said, beneath our feet. Good luck to you and your group. May you continue to continue to fight the evil that's in our land and be able to bring us back to a time of peace.
So, take a look around the place here. Is anyone paying us extraordinary attention?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, okay, so if they are, I'm not seeing it. So I will continue with my plan anyways. When Malenko gets nearby, I'm going to, hey, roll with me on this. And I'm going to, Horgrim's going to be getting exceptionally drunk, but no one who looks at him realizes that the level of alcohol in his cup's not changing. He's just getting a little drunk and very loud and boisterous, talking about how we're going to kick the ass of anyone who stands against the Sheik, anyone who sides with the Ifrit, and blah, that kind of stuff. We're going to kick the traitor's ass and blah, 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 blah.
And I'll say, as you're going along, people are like, on one hand, they don't want to tempt the fate of evil beings, but on the other hand, the Sheik is the Sheik, and he's nearby, and right now the other guy is not, right? So they're like, yeah, that's right, you go get him. For those who speak up, right? Other ones kind of keep to themselves and don't want to be involved in any more trouble than they have to be.
As you see, I'm fishing. I'm going to see who attempts to ambush us later tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, you're oblivious too. Great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm just with you. Like, yeah, we're totally going to kick that guy's ass. Just thinking that that's what you want to do. I was like, yeah, that's totally the plan. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to whoop them good. And not realizing that there's like an underlying plan that you're trying to do.
And once we're all alone later, I'll explain to everybody else what I'm doing.
Okay.
But everybody expects the drunk to be the dwarf, the dwarf to be the drunk one. So let's play into stereotypes and show them they want to see and see who we catch with our little fishing expedition.
Okay.
And then I won't break that character until we get back out into the dark.
All right.
But the minute we're in the dark and nobody can see, immediately back to sober myself. Okay, let's see who follows us.
Okay. So you're getting back to your tents or what have you?
Yeah, it's either when we get back to the tent or if we decide to go to the tower at night, whatever.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So what do you want to do?
Well, do we want to go to the tower tonight or do we want to wait till daylight?
Let's take a couple of our torches and go check it out right now and see if we can't see anything. And then let's turn her in. I'm feeling a little squirrely and curious still.
So go check it out, see if we can reel in any fish. All right, so unless anybody has any other ideas, we'll start trudging, what is that, northeast to the large pillar. I'll make sure to go wide around the white palm just so that anyone who is or is not following us doesn't get scared by those guards.
Okay. All good.
I was going to ask if you wanted Safe's help, like threatening to kick everyone's ass, because he would really be into that. But I think Horgrim is smart enough not to rope a moron into that. But I don't know. It's up to it. I would offer. Safe would definitely offer. And yeah, it's maybe a little late, but
Nah, you didn't know what I was doing until after we got back out into the dark. I'm going, hey, by the way, and you're like, wait, weren't you drunk? No, didn't take a drink at all, and here's why.
all right. He would be like, sure. And you see that he has no idea what you're talking about, but he's vague on it.
Just be prepared for somebody to potentially ambush us.
He would go, yes, or something like that.
All right. So
And if nobody attacks, it's no big deal. It was just a ploy that I came up with on the fly.
He looks totally deflated. Like you just told him he can't use his favorite toy.
Hey, somebody in the camp is dirty. There's a chance that somebody there was involved.
Okay. So you get to this what looked like a pillar, but as you get closer to it, you see it's really a statue. And you see a few palm trees, and you see a headless statue of a regal figure seated on a throne. The statue is maybe a little bit buried in the sand, not too deep. The head is some 10, 15 feet away, right?
So search around the base. If that means cleaning sand away in places, clean sand away. Look for inscriptions, secret doors, any levers, catches.
Sure. Give me a check, please. Perception check.
Perception or investigation?
Perception for now. If you find something, you can investigate it and see how it works.
Yay!
21. From what you can tell, this statue is pretty solid. Clearly, it comes from some old time, but yeah, you're not really finding any inscriptions or anything like that around. It's pretty damn heavy too. I mean, you would estimate the head itself is probably 500 pounds.
Malenko, you're not grabbing the head.
Yep. Malenko tries to lift it. It's just like, nope, 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 not moving. You want to try to roll it? Oh, I guess if
Is
you
the
really want to
face?
spend some time and get a little help, you could dig under it carefully and try to at least get some movement.
Yeah, I was just wondering if the face was obscured or not, or if we could like see who it was supposed to be at one time.
Yeah, I mean, you take some time and you can try to work it to move it a little bit, but as to who it would be, I mean, it's not obvious. It's something from long ago, and whoever it might be, it wouldn't be obvious to you for sure.
Anyone find it sus that the statue doesn't even have a name tag?
Yeah, I wonder like who it was supposed to be. Like made him look so fancy. How come we don't know who?
But my guess is there's a lot of tower underneath this statue. So there's no inscriptions or name tag up here because no one would be close enough to see it because it was up on top of the building. And with that in mind, I will, start digging down right against the sides of the pillar just to see if there's any evidence that I'm correct.
I'll say you dig for a bit, and I'll say, yeah, this is definitely part of. You'll see a bigger base to it, right, as you kind of dig deeper, and then you can't really dig too much further. So it's potentially part of something, you would say.
All right, so there is one big old building underneath all this stuff. Oh, how do you think we could get inside these ruins? Anyone got any ideas? Maybe that guild place is sitting right on top. Maybe that's why they wouldn't let us in.
That's my next assumption too. They're so far away from everybody else and they're super protective. It makes no sense for them to be down there. Especially if there's danger in the area, they would want to be as close to other people as possible.
Alrighty, so we either have to be nice and get them to let us in somehow, or sneak in and scope it out.
Yeah. Have you seen me? I don't sneak.
Yeah, I can smell you a mile away.
Do I still have my zombie repellent on?
I don't remember the zombie repellent. I'm sorry. Can you give me that again? I'm sorry. You lost me.
Oh, I was just responding to the you stink with. Am
Oh,
I still
oh,
wearing?
oh, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, am I still wearing my zombie repellent?
Now I'm with you. My bad.
Oh, or is that just the eau de lich?
Yes, the eau de lich. Nope.
Who came up with the bright idea of naming a perfume eau de toilet?
Yep, you. Yes.
All right, so if this thing opens up somehow, I don't see it. So what's next?
Did we find the head?
Yeah, Malenko found it. It's like 500 pounds though.
Oh.
Yep.
That's pretty. That's
Well,
heavy, even for safe.
So the oasis is one option, but he did say the water was pretty clear. You'd think we'd have seen something if there was, some stonework down there.
Maybe, yeah, but
I'm still. We didn't see anything on the other tower, so that really only leaves the merchant's pavilion. And if he did say the head of the guild has not been seen in a while.
yeah, let's go ask them about that. See if everything's all right, or if they need a hand looking for him or something. Maybe that's how we could get in.
Also, we still have to translate that inscription on the amulet.
True, true. That'll take a little time.
Which I don't have. Is the JPEG of the picture that was there? It is. There's the picture of the hand.
Are you really going to try and line it up and make it work?
Oh no!
I was checking. I had to ask.
Crazy, not insane.
Okay, okay.
Especially since the picture of the amulet is so small.
True. So what are we doing?
Well, depending what time of day is it.
Yeah, we'll say by the time you get back, it's getting close to dinner time. It's like 4 o'clock. You still got some time, of course, but it's getting to be late afternoon, early evening-ish.
Okay. Probably if it depends if we want to try and sneak into the merchant's tent, we'll have to wait a couple hours. If we're going to try and do the friendly route, that'll have to wait till morning. So I'm looking at the two pictures, and yeah, not a chance I'm lining that up.
Nah.
Especially since the one on the hand has false upper halves of the letters put in.
So you're going to take some time to translate it?
Although, interestingly enough, the text right in the middle is in English. It says salvation.
There you go. All right. Are you trying to translate it?
So,
yes.
Yeah, let's go. We'll go back to the tent, I guess, and do a little translation while we wait for dinner time.
Fair enough. So. Let me get it.
It's so funny. It literally just says salvation in English.
Can I tell you? They don't make secret codes like they used to. So when you translate it, you get the city of Phoenix over the house of Set, where sleeps salvation. there speak at Muffrinito. I'll let you say that last word. ATOMPHRYEETNO at Morfinto? Something like that.
Well, we now know where the city of Phoenix is. We know where the House of Set is, the Temple of Set, which both of them are under our feet. Where sleeps salvation. So, yeah. I think my guess as to the last gem that we need being underneath the white palm tree is probably fairly accurate.
It would explain some of the magical properties and stuff.
So, yeah, unfortunately, we probably are going to have to kill their sacred white tree. Just hopefully from below, and they won't realize that it was us that did it.
It'll be fine.
But hey, in the end, we'll kill the Ifrit, and so we'll be the heroes anyway.
You've got it all planned out.
Well, that's step 4, profit. I still have yet to figure out steps 2 and 3.
Yeah, but don't let that worry you too much.
I don't. My wisdom isn't high enough to worry about that.
Oh,
I have the intelligence to solve the puzzle, but not the wisdom to realize whether or not I should.
oh, that's classic mad scientist shit. It's perfect. Luckily, Safe is smart enough to stop you. Wise enough. No, or not.
Oh man, if you're relying on safe, we got problems.
Uh,
Yes, but at least I have the intelligence not to monologue once I do have my evil plan.
oh, that is crucial.
You caught me monologuing again.
All right, so what's the verdict, folks? We going to sneak into the place in the middle of the night, or are we going to see if we can't talk our way in?
Let's talk our way in. We could definitely do it.
Either way, I'm not the one to do either. Not good at either one. So, although arguably I'm worse at talking my way in. Either way, I don't want to be the one talking, and I'm going to need help sneaking.
You've got to have
Gotcha,
good
yeah.
deck.
Say what?
You got to have good decks. Do you have disadvantage on armor?
Actually, my dex isn't very good.
Oh.
You're thinking because of the ranged attack? Class feature, I get to use my int for a ranged attack.
Right.
All right.
I forgot for a minute that you were
That I'm not a fighter.
Is that a level 3 class feature or a level 5?
I think it's a level 3.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
I think Safe would offer to carry you. You would say something like, I can be very stealthy. Even if I have to carry you.
Yeah. I just realized I have to recalculate my melee weapon because I took the infusion off of it, which removes the melee weapon's ability to use my intelligence. Although I could use my intelligence to swing Zarama's weapon because it has my infusion on it.
Yeah, you gave her a magic-ish weapon to use, so
Yeah, that took it off of my melee weapon.
right. Okay.
Magic-ish.
magic-ish.
So while Holgrim is translating, Malenko would have went back and talked to the waitress and see if she would have heard anything or know any rumors or anything about the guild hall and the disappearance or the the guild master not being around, and see if she knows anything or anyone that could tell us more about that. Maybe we can help them out. Like if someone's missing, they're probably important. We should find them.
I'm sorry. So you're talking to. Bring me back. Were you talking to?
Going back to the tavern as Holgrim sits down and translates
Okay. Back to the
and
notes.
talking to the
Yes.
waitress because I was told she might have some rumors or know stuff about what's going on in town.
Um. Yeah, you have a quick conversation with her, and she saw you with her uncle and so forth. She's like, you know, in the one night when I was closing up, shop for the night, you know, I saw, one of the princess walking through the dark. Um, you know, heading away from the central camp towards the south. She's like, I don't know much more than that, but I thought it was odd because he wasn't out there with his guards or anything like that.
Huh.
Just
Yeah, that
kind
is a little strange.
of strange
Not
in
the
these
usual.
times.
Yeah, not the usual late night stroll one would take if you're a, protected prince, right?
Yep, yep.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you very much. I think I'll try to see what's south then, and yeah. Thank you. I'll look into things.
Okay.
And then he kind of like gives her like a little wink and finger guns, and like gives her a couple gold for helping and stuff like that as like a little nice tip.
Sure.
Waitresses and shoe shiners, man. Don't talk around them. They hear everything, and no one ever sees them.
Yeah. And he stayed on her good side, so he gives her like 5 gold pieces and just tries to be very nice and pleasant throughout that whole talk and respectable and funny all at the same time.
Yeah,
And
and you did an awesome job of that. So I would almost say I should have given you disadvantage on that roll because you don't usually try to do that, but you did very well. You usually trying to assault someone. They're not used to like actually, risen them up. All right.
so
All right. So what are we doing?
I think Malenka would tell the group about that prince wandering around, and if Holgrim wants to go search the south and stuff, the group and us would want to go search south to see what the prince was walking out off towards. Like, what's down there? Like, I don't know, the guild hall's south, but like, she says he walked past that, like the main camp and stuff, just south past. So, I don't know. Let's go look.
Okay. So where are you going? Going south is just very general. Are you going to the
Um,
guild hall? Are you going? Are you going somewhere else? What's the
trying
area?
to follow the path of the prince took that the girl told
Oh,
him
she's
about.
not. She just knows it's south of the camp. So I mean, down there, there's the guild
Yeah.
hall. There's the ruined tent. There, tent area that got nuked by the sheik. There's the oasis itself. There's the stone monolith you checked out. All of that is, south of you.
That is very fair.
Choose your poison, so to speak.
I don't know. Maybe he'll start with the burnt tent and then go back to the guild hall and see if the prince has come here unannounced one night or something. So tent first to see if what he could find in the rubble.
Okay. So you're heading over to the burnt out tent. Uh, Basically, you just see that the sand is scorched. The vegetation around the area has died, though it is recovering, right? Because it's been a little time since this has been, we'll say, nuked by the Sheik, for lack of a better way of putting it. And there is a warning that's sign near the tent that basically, warns people that this is what happens when you cross the Sheik.
Because that's not troublesome or cause for a grudge at all.
I don't know if this has already been covered, but two questions about that.
Shoot.
One, what did he do? What did they do to piss off the Sheik? And two, why is his tent out here all by itself instead of in the camp?
Good questions.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can ask around about that. You can gather this was like maybe a merchant who said the wrong thing to the Sheik, and they were camped. They might not be in the central camp. They were just closer to the guild hall, and you know he didn't like what was said. So the exact insult, people don't exactly know. You hear conflicting things. Because not people, rumors kind of distort those things, right? But long story short, that's what you get out of it.
Listen to 10 different people tell the story, and you will have heard half of it.
Yep. So true. Okay.
So, are we at morning now, or what?
Well, you were checking out before when, I mean, blah. So Malenko had heard, and I'm sorry I didn't get the timing of when you left and when you got back. So Malenko heard from the waitress at the.
Yeah, I caught most of that.
Okay, you caught that. So he wanted to go south and kind of check out where this guy might have been going to. So he wanted to go to the tent first. So I don't think it's nighttime. I think you guys went there directly while it's still early evening. So
No, I know he went to talk to the bar to the waitress while I was translating. So
okay. So I mean, if you want to wait
Yeah.
the dark and then go to wherever, or if you're trying to, are you waiting for dark? Let me just start with that, and then you're gonna go and do your thing, whatever that might be.
Oh, well, no, not really. It was just gonna go straight from the tent to the guild hall and, try to smooth things over and be like, hey, you guys need a hand with anything? I hear that your boss may be missing or something. We're pretty good at solving problems and we've done lots already. If you want, we got a resume, we can show you our business card or something. But we can help if you guys want it or need it.
The guards say the guild hall will be it's getting kind of late. The guild hall, and there's been meetings and such today. The guild hall will be open tomorrow, and you can go and make your inquiries in the morning.
Oh, well, thank you guys. All right, cool. Well, I hope you have a good, relaxing evening and see you tomorrow, he says as he fingers guns and walks away.
You got it.
And he would relay that to the group and be like, apparently we can go in and ask questions and stuff tomorrow. So I know we could go have some dinner and have a nice, relaxing night if you all want.
That sounds
It's
to
been
me
a
like
while.
if they're opening it up tomorrow, that's totally different from what they told us today. So whatever they're doing is going down tonight. Yes, I am that pessimistic.
That's fine. That's fine.
I am a grumpy ass dwarf who I think is significantly older than anybody else in the party. I think I don't think we have any elves, do we?
No.
No.
Or half elves even. So yeah, yeah.
Inara might be older because she's from this from the Ionic race, which is like these like time traveler like ageless people or whatever. So, but I don't know if she like knows how old she is.
Well, I'm 85, so
Yeah, I'm not. I feel like I pictured her as old, but I don't, or not like I don't know, like old in years, but I have it on the sheet. One sec. But either way.
Yeah. Well, it looks like the Eagles will get their chance for revenge. So it looks like the Chiefs are going to pull this out.
Whoa.
It's 32-21
Ooh.
with less than 2 minutes. The Chiefs have the ball. And the Bills
Ooh.
have 5. So
10
Yeah.
minutes at 10 points in how many minutes?
no, it's 3 points in less than 2 minutes.
All right,
But
so,
they're gonna
so we're
wait out
gonna
the
have
clock.
a 5-minute break so you can watch the last
I think
end of the game.
no, that's okay. I mean, it could be a while because the Bills do have all their timeouts.
Yeah.
So if they don't get a first down, then
Oh,
So
yeah.
the last 3 minutes is going to take half an hour.
That's always how it
That-
goes.
they're a first
That's
down
fair.
away from pulling this out.
So yeah, get a first down and then timeout, take a knee, timeout, take a knee, timeout, take a knee.
Oh yeah. Yep.
All right.
All right.
So
So
you're waiting for night now. It sounds like yes.
yeah, we just both kept keying up and then unkeying up at the same time.
And while we're doing that, Malenko will resummon his familiar during one of those hours. And what do you think would be more helpful? Something that's like could fly and go real quick, or something that could skitter around the ground and crawl on the walls and stuff?
Something sneaky.
Cool.
So I don't know, scorpion, spider.
I was thinking a spider. Malenko likes the little spiders.
Okay.
So yeah, he will summon a little tiny spider made of like teeth and like nail clippings and stuff.
Why is there a light around me?
I don't know because you had it before. I was just playing with the light to see how it looks at night to see if I can make a night effect that will not blind you people. I'll play with that later. So what kind of animal are you making again? Go for it.
Little tiny spider. So one that's like very hard to see because it's so itty bitty. It's like made out of like toenails and a couple teeth.
And sand colored.
Okay. Sure, you can summon whatever creature you want. You've got one.
Yeah.
All right, Malenko, find us a back door.
He starts shaking his booty. Got it. Oh,
I kick it.
I'm a bad door man.
Hey, be careful.
Back
Who's got one
door
hit
man.
point?
Pardon?
All right.
And yeah.
Me
So where'd your
and
creature
the
go?
we will be sneaking around looking for another door or like a window or a hole or something that we can get into this big building.
Oh,
Uh,
so this tent building thing?
yeah,
Yeah, the
somewhere.
guild hall.
Actually, it's just sand. So if you could find even just a section of it that's like behind boxes or something, just dig a little bit of sand and slip onto the wall.
Yeah, something like that.
Sure. Yeah, I'll say your little creature goes "Doop," and can sneak on in. That's not a problem. So what did you make again?
Like
You got a
8-legged friend.
spider. Yep.
spider? Okay.
So something that he could will be able to like crawl up around like on the things.
That's fine. I remember hearing scorpion later and earlier, and I think I just kind of got hung up on that. Okay, fair enough.
That was going to be for like the burrowing underneath the tree to see what was underneath it and stuff.
Okay, that might be a later time.
Yep.
All right.
Now we're just trying to sneak inside this guild hall to see if we can find a way in the ruins that are underneath or something, or if we could free the lost guild master or something. Find him.
I mean, heck, if you've got the range on your seeing through the spider's eyes, we can just sit back here in the trees and let you scout out most of the building over
Yeah,
there. See if there's anything worth
it's a
seeing.
100 feet. So depending on how big everything is, I think this is like a 200 to 300 foot fucking wide tent. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to like be close to it.
Did we see guards anywhere other than the front door?
Yeah, they walk around, right? But like as a spider, that's not a problem.
Yeah, just so I mean, if as long as we're 50, 60 feet away in the darkness, they're probably not going to see us.
Yep.
Especially if we make a little berm of sand and just kind of tuck ourselves down behind it.
Sure. So
Take
let's
some
see. Let's
cover.
see. Let's see. Yeah.
So during the wait, 1 hour is resummoning the spider. Another hour is going to be to create the skies. And now I'm going to create like a little desert-like ghillie suit that'll he will hopefully help him hide around the edges of the tent.
Yeah, since unfortunately you do have to get closer.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I'm saying to create disguise for my charlatan tools. And then I rolled a stealth check already.
Okay. I was about to ask.
That's right above my tools. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So
Sure. So I'm going to say that you certainly have. Let me roll something here real quick. Okay. So yeah, you have no problem. Your spider gets underneath, and you can carefully 1 second. Let me just one thing. So with that spin, right, you have no problem. You notice there's various spikes and stuff that are around, buried in the ground and so forth. There kind of be some small amount of natural defense, but at night and so forth, you have no trouble getting around those those protections from you know to slow you up, right? So it's not a big deal to get to the tent, and you're gonna try and sneak inside, basically. Or what are you trying to do once you're at the edge of the tent?
Well, I think you said he's staying outside. The spider's going inside.
Okay, he just wants to be within range for a spider.
yeah, for I could use the senses. Like I could let my spider go and explore and come back and tell me what it finds outside of my range. But I want to be as close so I can see as much within my range that I can the whole time.
Sure. Inside, you see there's an area with feed and other supplies to basically help keep the guild moving, right? when a convoy comes in, they're gonna need food and whatever, and they got their own storage area for that. There are, let's see. I'm going to say there's some rooms there that are, private rooms for different individuals. Who they might be is not obvious, right? Some might have people in them, sleeping, right? But who they might be or whatever, not sure. You would guess they're just regular merchants and the like. You see there is a small temple area. That's maybe, let me double check the size of this thing. It might be like 50 feet, give or take, square, or maybe 50 by 40. It's not quite an exact square. It's just a small temple area, to the god. And then there's like a small, I wouldn't call it quite a bazaar, but there's a small area where you could see where people would set up for trade and so forth, and those are all closed up and looks like, at least for now, there's not much goods that are on display, right? Maybe just a few things that aren't really valuable and they don't care if they stay up or not. While you're yeah, there you go. And that's, let me see what else we got here. Yep. And yeah. Okay. That's most of what your guy sees as he kind of looks around, right? Kind of the major areas as you kind of crawl around.
Alrighty, so there doesn't look like there's any like downstairs or like stairwell that goes lower or anything.
Let's see what else.
It
Not
was
that there's
like,
obvious, not that you see. No,
oh,
you can make
all
an
right, cool.
investigation check if you want.
Okay. Nope.
No.
I thought he said make a check.
Yeah, me too. But I'm not too good at listening.
Snaps. I can give you a D4, but I think it might not make enough of a difference.
You're probably too far away to do that.
Yeah.
So would that count as luck?
You can add a luck to it, sure.
No, I have no luck. But like, I'm
Would
like,
it give?
it's only like missed attacks and saves and stuff that gain you luck, right?
I believe he's for checks as well. Let me double check.
I think
I
it's
could
when
be
you
wrong.
fail a check, but I
Right.
don't know if this
When you-
technically counts as like failing a check. I mean,
Yeah.
Certainly for
I
saving
don't
throws and
think
hits.
so.
It's been a couple of weeks since we did combat, so let me just make sure my brain is correct.
okay.
Because
Yeah, because I got all the feats I could that help with luck, and when I have luck, I can give luck away and all this other shit now. So like,
oh wow.
yeah, now I just forget how to do the luck thing.
You can do everything with luck except know how to get it. It says it's when you fail to hit with an attack roll or save, so it's not for checks.
Okay, that's what I thought. Cool. Thank you.
I just wanted to double check, just to help drive the rules into my brain.
It's good to know. Yeah. Whoa.
What can I tell you? So, yeah, right. So, what else are you gonna do? Are you gonna head back, or
Yeah, if there's no place that looks like someone could be held prisoner, or if I don't find any stairwells or anything like that, I'll get everyone and be like, I know, like I couldn't
Oh.
find any stairwells, but if you want to take a look, did we find like a sneaky way for everyone else to get in?
What was this about the temple area in there? That sounds important
Yeah, we could check out the temple and sniff around in
and
there if there's any like
huge.
secrets.
I mean, that's a huge area for a size thing for a portable temple.
yeah, you're gonna see this temple area is, like I said, about 40, 50 foot. It's broken now. The roof is broken. There's rubble that litters the floor around the area. There is an ancient altar that you can see there, but you know, this is something from definitely long ago.
So
Oh, I wonder what the altar
they
says.
they
Can
built
we do the whole?
they built their tent over this altar.
Yeah.
That's important.
Trying to hide it or something?
Can we do what we did the one time where there's mummies locked in the room with the tablet, where I used my familiar to read the tablet and translate it for everyone?
Sure,
Can I do that with the altar?
sure. You can try and use the your creature, and you can try to scribble what he sees. So Holmgrim or whoever can translate it. 'Cause I don't think you've been trying to translate it, but he knows what it is, so it's no problem.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
what it says
And I could
is
also use my charlatan tools to, forge documents. So I actually have something to do that with, Like I have practices and just writing shit down, I guess.
no problem. The script, you take some time to translate you write it down, and you know you're scribbling it, and right now you're by the tent, right? So you got to get it over to Holmgrim, which would mean leaving your guy. Plus, it's kind of dark out, so I don't know if you want to try and translate it, in the middle of the night where you're at, but you've got the translation.
Yeah, I can see in the dark. It'd be easy, simple enough for me to read once he gets
Oh,
away
that's
from the
true.
tent.
You got dark vision. Yes. When he brings it back, when he's
Cool.
done looking, you can work on it.
Yeah, and it didn't look like the place was too active at night. Like it was actually shut down. People were sleeping, other than like the one or two guards that were posted doing their jobs.
Right.
No
So,
one's like
so
actively at
yeah,
the temple doing stuff.
yeah. So if we do decide that we want to try and investigate the temple, it'd be fairly easy to get in.
So Belenko is where he is, and I know Anara, everyone else is some distance away, right? So where are you guys at?
We're 100 foot or so away, like behind a sand berm, sand dune, just kind of hunkered down.
Okay.
Yeah, you could be hiding by that other pillar thing.
That's too far.
So these squares are
Is
easily
it?
100
Oh
feet. So
shit,
you're
these are
like right
100
around
foot
here.
squares.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
a
see.
big
Yeah,
area.
100.
Yep.
Oh, I see.
Hmm.
That's fair. Okay.
Actually, more like over here where there's some trees too.
Yeah. So 100 foot, maybe 150 feet. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Close enough to be of help if needed.
Sure. And all three of you or four of you are together?
I think Anara may even have gone with Smiley, or with Hatchet Man, Malenko on up there. Just like direct backup, staying even closer than if
Okay.
everyone else is hanging back. But
not so close that you have to make a stealth check. You are staying a little distance away. That's
Sure.
what I'm understanding. Okay.
Yeah, without lights on us or the guards, they're even 100 foot. They're not seeing that far.
Okay. Let's see.
Not unless we're like standing up and dancing around in the moonlight.
Understood.
Which we can do that.
Excuse me. Okie dokie. Let me take that
Just,
off for her.
just don't moon them in the moonlight.
There you go. Holmgrim, can you make for me a perception check?
Yay!
19, not bad. I'm gonna say with a 19. You're hiding behind your pillar and so forth. And I'm gonna say that kind of out of the corner of your eye, right? You see you think you see some movement over by the monolith, right? And that is some 200 feet away, so it's some distance, right? But in that light and so forth, I guess you had light on from before. That's fine. I know you don't have it on now, but yeah, like could be imagination, not sure, but you think something is potentially happening over by the monolith.
All right. Well, I am not the stealthiest person around. Are you other folks with me, or are you spaced out?
I mean, I think on my end I went closer a little bit with Malenko potentially.
Yeah, I think Saf and Zarama are with you, all grouped up there.
Mm-hmm.
Sarama certainly is. I didn't hear anything from her.
I think if you're asking if Safe is spaced out, the answer is if he's not fighting, then probably.
Ha 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 ha. Well,
Mhm.
motion to whoever's near me that get their attention and point to the tower and make like walkie finger motions with my hands so that I see somebody over there.
Okay. Does anyone want to head over there?
Well, that's the whole point of getting their attention, so we can, because I'm not stealthy at all.
Well,
To get somebody to go that way.
I'm asking who's volunteering.
Inara's not great, but she could.
Yeah, I have stealth of 2 with disadvantage, so.
Well, Malenko will hand you the note and stuff, and he could probably go do that once he gets back to you from here. Like,
I'm
did he see? Did all the movement happen before Malenko got back with the note, or?
Yeah, before you got back with the note.
All right. Okay. Cool.
So if
I,
Sarama or
um,
Saf want to go, that's up to them. They got to speak up.
yeah, Safe would be fine with it, but he has a really relatively good, I think, stealth score. So if he needs to be, what are the instructions and what do you want him to do exactly?
Sneak over there. I thought I saw motion. Sneak over there, check for anything. If there's something that needs attention, make an owl call or something. If it's important, just shout. If it's, oh crap.
What is the last one? Oh crap!
If there's if oh crap, there's something aggressive over here that's about to attack me or something like that. Just one of us needs to be here. That's why I can't sneak. Plus, someone needs to be here when Malenko comes back to let him know where we are.
All right. Safe will sneak, and I'm going to roll his intelligence publicly just to
Mhm.
see how that goes. Oh, pretty well. Okay, all right.
You understand Cloak and Dagger?
Yeah, he understood you pretty well, I would say. All right, so he will sneak over there and make his best owl call if something needs attention,
All right.
and make a lot more noise otherwise.
So Rama, if you're going as well, give me a stealth check. And for our buddy Saf as well. Okay. So kind of a group check. Okay. So you guys are going over there. Zarama is kind of like trying to get
Blinking and
traction through the sand as you guys are trying to sneak over there. Give me a. If each one of you could give me a perception check, please.
So I have a question.
Uh huh.
Is uh is um is he checking to locate, spot, or track a creature?
I don't know. I mean, I know you was stealthing over there. If you're trying to track something, you could try and do that once you get
Uh,
there.
he's I'm asking about the purpose of the perception check.
Oh, I haven't told you
Um,
yet. I'm just asking you to do one.
well, because
Mhm.
if it's to locate, spot, or track a creature, um, uh, he can add his proficiency bonus to the roll.
This is not tracking.
Right. Well, here's the roll. 14.
Okay. So, um, I'm going to say that you guys are, trying to stealth towards the thing. One is stealthier than the other. Um, as you're getting, um, as you're getting closer to the monolith, you hear kind of a grinding sound, like a stone grinding sound. Um, and you both get to the monolith and you don't see anybody.
Hmm.
Um, hmm. Okay. I'm gonna. He is going to try to make an owl call.
Hmm.
Um, would that be survival? Maybe.
You guys are way over at the wrong one, but that one.
Ooh.
So
You didn't have to
if
run all the
if
way. Holmgren has really good eyes if he can see that far.
if I want to roll, do I need to roll to see whether I can make a an owl call? Well,
Sure.
or can I just do it?
Um. You can just do it. That's fine.
All
If
right.
you want to
So
make a
safe.
nature check to see how well you do it, go for it.
Okay. Can I use survival?
No, it's more nature.
Okay. I get a -1 on that one. That's why I ask.
Who, who, Who?
Yeah.
All right.
Who, I say? Who?
All right. So you're starting to sound like Al from Winnie the Pooh. So
Anar looks to Malenko. The owls are so loud tonight.
Yes. If you guys want to go back towards Holmgren, you can, Malenko. Or if there's anything else that you're doing over there.
yeah, I'm gonna try and get Malenko's attention / when he comes up to me to hand me the translation, say, "Hey, the entrance is over here." Or
What?
there's something over here. Sorry, I don't know that is the entrance yet because I didn't hear the stone. Um, there was movement over here at the other pillar here, and the guys they went over to scout it, and they gave me the call back that there's something over there we need to see.
All right, well, let's go check her out. You read what that says. I'll be right back.
Well, yeah, we'll read the note and meander this way.
Okay. So the note says, I, Martek, have laid up for you a great power and treasure for when you return to wrestle with the awakened evil. No man knows the time, but the place is set, not at the White Palm, yet neither far from it. I'll put that in chat or in the Discord. There you go.
So this is the site for the final battle against the Ifrit. Sorry, I got distracted by the use of the word "set" in that sentence.
Yes, that's a bad word to use.
So it's at the Temple of Set, that's near the White Palm. Which we also happen to know is nearby / right under our feet.
Could be it.
Do we have all of the gems?
You have
We have 3. Yeah,
And how many were there supposed to be? That was a long time ago.
4.
5.
A 5? Oh, I thought
Oh.
it was 4. Okay, my bad.
Oh, right, because we were making the Infinity Gauntlet jokes.
Right. Oh, we did.
Where once we discovered that the Infinity Gauntlet was in Marvel Comics well before this module came
Yep.
out.
Yep. It did come out so before then in the 70s. Yep.
Yeah.
So we this here theoretically could be the final battle site then. And do we think the last gem is here, or are we missing the other 2 gems somewhere?
I think we're missing a gem. Like, because I feel like we have to bring the gems to him to awaken him.
Well, we already saw the Ifrit. He's definitely awake.
Yeah, because we got
No, but
3
aren't
gems.
we
for
trying
sure.
to awaken the Protector? Like I forget the guy's name now, but isn't that what the gems are for? Not sure. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong.
The
Amen
gems
Ra.
themselves were to get into Martek's tomb to basically res him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's why this place is sacred. This is where Martek is buried.
All right. What's that?
So
I did a horrible investigation check, so I have no clue what's going on with this pillar here. What's going on? What you guys doing?
Right. Let me search for the secret door.
Definitely will give you help with me and my familiar crawling all over it. If you need it.
Excuse me. Yeah, 20. Yeah, there's some sort of door going on here. You gather, Holmgren, that this is like it's a big ass door. Whatever how this thing slides or opens, you guys are not going to force it physically.
Nope, that's where investigation comes in. Gotta find the latch.
Okay.
Fortunately, wait till you see my investigation score. When it's specifically regarding this type of thing. Whereas I get double proficiency bonus. I'm trying to figure out how to add it.
Nice.
Yeah, specifically in regards to something involving my tools, double proficiency bonus plus advantage.
Yeah, it's you got a crazy bad spin too. Still got a 19. Yeah, best you're going to figure out. This seems to open from the inside.
Oh.
Like there's not an outdoor way. There's no latch that opens it.
So we'd probably have to sneak in after someone if someone else came in here. That's when we would be able to get in, but not another time.
Well, I guess we know where the Merchant's Guildmaster is.
There we go.
All right, so I guess we get to nap up in the sand right around here and wait for somebody to come out, probably just before dawn.
Is it safe to rest out here? What if we're caught?
We're not doing anything wrong.
Very well.
As far as I understand it, there's no rule saying that we have to sleep in the provided tent, especially when we're worried about being assassinated.
Yes, no one's going to catch us anyway. I'm sure of it.
We're just weird adventurers who wanted to get some fresh air and sleep under the stars like we're so accustomed to.
Oh, who said we were going to sleep under the stars?
Oh?
No, you find a little sand dune. You stretch the tent out from the sand dune like a little lean-to kind of thing, where it touches the ground on all sides except for the little opening at the front, and then you brush sand over the top of it. It's just a bigger sand dune unless you look at it from that one direction.
I like it. All right, cool. So we're just gonna make little sand dune lean-tos surrounding this thing, waiting for someone to come out and making sure we are shielding the other ones with our sand dunes.
Oh, or yeah, we just need a couple of them, and keep our eyes on each other and on the pillar. Take turns taking naps.
So yeah, that's exactly how we're placed. We have sand dunes, I guess.
Okay.
Except for Inara, who is screwing off somewhere.
So
I'm doing my own
how far away are you from the thing?
Well, depending on the sand dunes, if we can find a sand dune that's facing away from the door, so such that it can't be seen, then we could be almost practically on top of the thing. So it really is depends on how flat the sand is.
Okay. I'm going to say, there's certainly a number of trees and stuff here, palm trees and such. You can certainly find a spot to be able to, and there's natural curves and stuff like that. You can find a spot to do your thing.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be more than 2 or 3 foot high. So, probably 30, 40 foot at most.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, within running distance.
Yeah, exactly. Enough within one round's activation of the door.
Okay.
The
So I'm gonna.
spider is gonna stay on it.
Okay.
Yeah, park the spider on the door
Are the spiders on the door? Okay.
or on the top, right above
I
it.
get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Right.
Yeah, exactly. So I could use. My God, that's hilarious. I think I like that.
Yeah. And then we just sit there in our tents and watch, wait.
I'm
We
gonna
are patient.
say, yeah, after about an hour, hour and a half, um, you see a couple of, you know, a couple humans approach the entrance.
Kick whoever's in the tent with me to make sure they're awake.
Okay.
Oh, what? What?
Uh, they walk over to the they walk over to the thing, the thing, yeah, right. Walk over to the monolith, and they um, they say you hear them saying something to the monolith. Um, Malenko, with your spider, you can hear, correct?
Yep.
You can see or hear.
So
Okay.
I could use all of its senses and stuff. Yep.
Yep. So, with your spider, you hear them say, "Open in the name of the Great One," and the thing kind of like slides up a bit so people can get in. And
I think I'm. Do we want to let them go in, or do we want to see who's going in?
Well, uh, if it truly is just a magically password driven, we can get in at any time.
So it's better we wait.
Okay, because he could just cast a spell to make them slip on their asses, or if you guys want, we could just let them go through.
For now, might be useful to see who's in there, see who comes and goes.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Well, is there any way that I could recognize who's saying this from through the spider's vision and stuff? Because that's what Malenko would be doing. Is he's posted in the tent and just like watching through the spider's vision.
sure, I mean, you can certainly try to put their faces to memory a bit. They don't look like anyone that you've really met. They just look like normal folks.
Generic, caravan person number 16.
Yeah.
Would I
And
be able to roll that at advantage? Because the familiar help.
I'll say you got an idea of who they are.
All right. Cool.
I
Kind of
might
like
ask
saw him
you
around town.
to check it. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
sure.
I gotcha.
You might have to roll something to see if you recognize them, but you got as good as your memory is going to get.
All right. Cool.
Okay, so if you're not jumping at him, then the spider hears, "Close in the name of the Great One," and the thing goes.
And then we give it a couple moments, and then it's like, all right, I know the password, guys. We can go in at any time. How long do we want to give it before we follow them?
Well,
And I'm saying this like a moments after they have already gone, like the doors closed.
well, whoever they are, whatever they're doing in there, they have to be back in their tents before daylight, otherwise they'll be missed. So we wait till it looks like at least most of them have gone. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I gotcha.
Great.
Let's do it.
All right. Let me just go over here. Uh, fudge. Sorry, I'm trying to find my stuff. Okay, here we go. Sure. I'll say that over the next over the next hour and a half or so, you'll see maybe 2 more sets of people. There's like maybe another one set that comes in, and maybe another set that comes out, say around 3 o'clock, right? And I'll just say that the number of people and number of people coming and going aren't quote unquote equal. So, but there is an occasional traffic of people coming and going. Say 2 more.
So more people going in than out.
Yes, for the time that you're watching it, yes.
Oh, Graham, do you think we should wait longer, or more people are just gonna funnel in, or shall
Well,
we
it's
wait
only 3
until
o'clock.
sunup?
I'm just telling you what's happening between now and then.
Oh, okay, all right. So be patient, be patient, be patient. That's what he's saying. And like, yeah, he'll take turns like sleeping and then watching through the spider's eyes to like whenever he gets like nudged awake, so he can like watch who's coming and going. So he can try to like keep tabs of who's been in and out.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I still feel like there's going to be less people in there during the day. Otherwise, they'll be missed in the camp.
Yeah. No, I get you. So like he's just trying to keep tabs right now of who's coming and going. So he's just gonna sleep when no one's there, like take little cat naps, and then get woken up so he can use his familiar sight, and then take little cat naps again.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to say that once it gets to be after 3 a.m., another hour or 2 passes, and you're not getting any more activity coming or going.
Might be time. Before it gets light out and we're potentially spotted.
Maybe.
And this is about
Yeah.
when we end normally. So if you guys want to consider what you want to do
Yeah.
and go from there.
I think we're about ready to go in, so definitely a good time to start to stop for the night.
Okay.
And it sounds like All-Star you can't make it, right?
Yeah, unfortunately not next weekend.
All right, fair enough. Sorry about that. It happens.
Yeah, I'm going to my